had some nice crisp clear audio for y'all. We was gonna have mics pull out the upgrade, but the adapter, it said overnight, and I thought that meant this morning, but they mean like tomorrow morning.
People love to say, what are y'all doing? Like,
finish your sentence.
people love to say, what are y'all doing?
Do I look like a paraplegic with my knee bent like that? Let me put my leg down. I don't know, you know? This video we'll be getting into our unpopular opinions. Having male disciplinarians in school is crucial and necessary. That may be a child's only male figure in life. Men have a very different way to go about disciplining.
Just from experience of being a nanny, the father definitely always sets the tone in a home.
And being a teacher.
Based on the children's behavior, I can always usually tell if A, the father's not present, or B, if the father is around but he's not stern or he's very relaxed. And not saying that your kids have to be afraid of you, but there is a standard. People back then used to always be like, when your dad get home, I'm gonna tell him, but they used to eat with that one.
Yeah, I love those videos when the mom's like, sit down, sit down, sit down, and the dad is like, sit down. And he'll say it in the same tone, and the kid will be like, yes, sit your ass down.
Yeah.
Sometimes in the school is the only time a child will get a male figure of dominance. They need to be learning in some aspect.
We can't lie, like women are just more gentle on discipline. Biologically, we are naturally more maternal, more compassionate.
Talk through your feelings.
Men are definitely more logical. Male disciplinarians in schools are a must to get those behaviors in check. People from other countries who say Americans only really know about their own history and their own culture. They don't even know about other countries' cultures and other countries' history and other countries' politics. They have this idea that y'all must think America is the center of the world. The fact that you all know about America and we don't know about y'all proves that America is the center of the world. It's not relevant for us to get taught about, say, Australian politics and Australian history. That doesn't affect us. But clearly, America is affecting basically every single country. So of course y'all are going to learn about us. Of course y'all are going to kind of be in the loop or see propaganda from our country. Y'all know more about our news than y'all know about your own news.
Yeah, we do run the world. Like everybody flocking to get here. Everybody flocking from us to be their allies. When something happened in the world in another country, they'd be like, when is America coming to help us? Obviously we run the world. Y'all looking for us? Why would we have to check for what y'all do? Our country's motto these next 4 years is America first, and I don't know what part of that y'all don't understand, but y'all better get a grip.
Trying to so hard to debate us on our own country. I can't debate you on your country because I don't know shit about your country, because who gives a fuck?
Yeah, and it's like, why would I be worried about my neighbor's house if I got stuff going on in my own house?
And y'all be so confused why we don't know about y'all. Y'all, Australian news is not on American TV on the daily. Unless like some crazy thing has happened.
Don't travel to countries with a negative stereotype only to create content further promoting that negative stereotype. Like, why did you even go? It doesn't make sense to go to India and be like, the closer I get, how do people consider this religion? The water's black. Like, get the fuck out of those people's country. If you can't just respect it and move on and be like, oh my gosh, you guys, I'm here at the Ganges River. This is the heart and soul of India.
So of course I had to visit.
Just pay respect or don't fucking go. We come from a different culture. Like, we ain't stepping in it. But that goes without being said. Or like people visiting the favelas. Like, get out of them people country with that bullshit.
There was someone who went to Cuba on a mission trip. And he's like, you don't even know what kind of society that they're living in. They're so behind this. They are in a dictatorship.
Or like filming like sex workers in Thailand. I don't care that you're trying to show, look at all these nasty men taking these young girls by the hand. Those girls still have families that they're trying to feed. You're not only filming that man, you're filming that girl. Chalking up to, I'm bringing awareness. No, you're trying to make fun of the culture majority of the time, and you're saying something that everybody already knows.
Not being friends with someone over their political views is exactly the same as not being friends with someone based on their religion, in my opinion. Political views, religious ideas are literally a list of opinions that you have, or a list of ideals and how you agree or disagree with them, checking off those boxes. Just because your Muslim friend checks off all these boxes and you don't, you're still going to be friends with her, because it's like, that's her belief.
In the same way your politics shapes how you operate in the world, so does religion.
It does. You can't be friends with somebody to have different viewpoints to you. To me, in my opinion, is childish. That's my opinion!
I watched that girl Miriam, the Jewish girl. There's some season she can't use electricity and stuff. I low-key would still be her friend. Like, she'd be like, can you press the button for me? In her religion, she's closer to God by not using electricity, but she making her friend use electricity, so it would seem like that's not really your friend if she making you do something that's getting her closer to God, but you doing it. it, but we would understand that we just two different religions. I'm like,
you have two different ideas.
That's just an elevator. Click, but we would still be friends. Why would I ever be like, I'm never gonna be her friend because she don't use electricity during this season? It's literally the same. Y'all be cutting people off for politics, and I'm like, y'all keep all your friends different religious views. Women who wear wigs due to balding, alopecia, thin edges, receding hairline, losing hair, impossible to grow, hard to manage.
You don't want to wear it out.
That is no different than a man who has alopecia, receding hairline, baldness, wearing a piece or wig.
Right.
Y'all are the exact same category. Whenever I see a video and women are clowning men for wearing wigs, some of us, we wear wigs for fun, to switch it up because we want to be blonde. We don't want to straighten our hair. We're not wearing wigs because we need it, specifically on women who come from men who wear wigs. Like, I could never date a man who wear a wig, but you have on a wig.
The call is coming from indoors, baby.
Yeah, y'all both look like George Jefferson.
Coming into a lot of money should not equate to family entitlement to said money. Giving in general, that's from your own heart. I don't care how good your family is to you, you're not obligated to give your money to your family.
If I work my ass off and I become a multi-millionaire, I decide I'm going to give 20 of my family members $100,000. So now I've given away $2 million to just be generous to my family, who have done nothing to support me and help me become as successful as I am. Well, in 6 months, or let's even say a year, if I say, let me ask one of those 20 family members if I can get some money from them. Any of them have invested that money to help me back? Probably not. Why would I use my hard-earned money to just go down the drain? This is very unpopular, especially in Black culture, because we always have this mindset of like the children need to take care of the parents. You provide for me because I'm your child. Right. Now, therefore, I should be preparing to provide for my own child.
You're not my child.
Yeah.
The grandma is not the baby.
Your grandma is the baby.
I should be able to call mom and dad and be like, hey guys, can y'all help me out with do. I'm in my 20s. My parents are in their 60s. They should be established by now. It should not be, we're banking on our daughter. She's got it. She's getting it together. We're going to reach out to her. Can y'all let me get established?
Yeah, all the pet owners out there, there's no such thing as human food. It's just food. Some of it animals are allergic to and it's not good for animals, just like some of it we're intolerant to and allergic to and it's not good for us. Please do your research and start at least putting a little bit of something in your animal's food, for the love of God. None of us should be feeding our dog dried starch pellets. The
Every day?
You're wondering why your animals are like begging at the table. They got that lame ass shit in their bowl and you eating a steak dinner.
And if they were on the street,
there's no kibble on the street.
Right. Eating your cat's kibble is animal abuse.
Yes.
They need to be eating meat. Like,
if anything, wet food. Okay, I'm really gonna ruffle some feathers. Not letting your cat outside is stupid. If you live in a high-rise apartment, I get it. Animals are biologically designed to behave and live and thrive outdoors. When people are like, don't let your cats outside, they could get hit by a car. Baby, we could get hit by a car. But cats are smart. Y'all make animals seem like they're so fucking dumb. The reason that your cat is dumb is because you've been keeping him locked inside his entire life.
You don't allow him to be a cat.
You wonder why he's looking out the window going, because his biology is like, there's a bird out there, there's a lizard out there, I need to get that. And you're keeping him cooped up in your fucking 800 square foot apartment that you don't want to be in all day. COVID couldn't keep you in there. And I know y'all like, oh, didn't you lose your cat? Yeah, and I lose him all over again. Because if somebody told me, red or blue, red, you're only gonna live to be 50 years old, but you will live your life to the absolute fullest. Or we got the blue pill. You're gonna live to 100, but you're going to accomplish nothing. You're gonna just stay at home all day. Which one are you picking? So yes, my beloved, I would lose my cat all over again because I know his 3 years of life that he spent with me, and I feel like he's out there. I honestly feel like he lives down the street, thriving with the neighbors. Every time I walk the dogs, I'm like, it looks like him. I don't live far from where my old apartment was. If that's him, you go Glen Coco. Let them live. Like, I want to live. We're very curious creatures. Y'all don't think y'all cats feel the same way?
In their biology.
If you have a cat that you feel like need to be kept inside, please don't have children. Don't be raising no pussy ass children. Please. Somebody need to keep your ass inside all day and see how you like it. Y'all be mad about zoos and SeaWorld. Your house is the zoo and the SeaWorld for your feline baby. And y'all be like, my cat's afraid to go outside. I would be too if I never been out there. It's giving Rapunzel and your mother Gothel.
Don't ever ask to leave this tower again.
In my experience, as a newer server, Black customers always tip. Sometimes the tip be low. That line is never at zero, at least in my experience. Whenever I hear people like, oh, Black customers don't tip, maybe it's my energy, maybe it's because I'm also Black, or maybe it's just because y'all lying. The only time I've ever had a Black person not tip, he was from an African country. In all honesty, there's another race that when I do get a tip, I have to clap. They act like the line don't even exist.
God giving us free will to follow him or the devil, but if we choose to use utilize that free will to follow the devil by then telling us you are therefore punished to eternal hell and damnation and suffering and torturing for the rest of your life. Was that free will? And I'll take it a step further. If we are said to forgive everyone, because everyone is worthy of forgiveness and redemption, why don't we feel that way about the devil? How come he is the only person that God allows us to hate? God is not hate, but he is okay with us hating the devil, but we can't hate anyone else on the earth. Like even somebody who kills your children, you try to forgive them. So it's like, why can't we forgive the devil? You have to admit, this is strange.
You gotta admit, this is strange.
Expecting kids to grow out of things like not having manners or no emotional intelligence is literally insane. We as adults forget that children literally have to be taught every single thing. For example, a kid throwing a tantrum, stop! To yell at them, they don't have emotional intelligence yet. Since they were an infant, they've always reacted to being uncomfortable, being upset, crying. So now that they're 2 years old, they're not going to grow out of that unless you teach them. Let them have their tantrum. You make sure they're somewhere safe. And then when they calm their little ass down, you go over and let them know it's okay to cry. Keep your hands to yourself. So now they're going to know as they get older, when they throw the tantrum, mommy's not going to pay me attention. She's going to let me go and hug my corner and cry and scream and kick and all this. So then they're going to slowly realize, okay, let me calm myself down.
I want her attention.
Yeah,
she doesn't give me attention until I stop acting like that.
If you don't teach them that, they're always going to throw tantrums. And then if you always react like you did when they were an infant, they're always going to keep throwing tantrums. And you're like, he just bad. You have just not taught him how to have emotional intelligence because maybe you don't.
Yeah.
Or maybe you're just expecting a 2-year-old to grow out of emotional intelligence. You're like, he's still throwing tantrums at 4. I thought that was a terrible twos. I see people commenting on TikTok, this is the most respectful, well-mannered kid. That's because their parents are teaching them. Kids don't grow into having manners and saying please and thank you. Kids don't grow into cleaning up after themselves. You have to teach them that. If not, they see you picking it up and thinking, if I throw it, she's gonna pick it up.
Real quick though, I did see the video of Jackie Chan being like, when I was growing up, we do bow to the elders and do. My son now, he sits like, whose fault is that?
When we see old people, first day when I see him in US, hi there. No discipline.
Children don't grow into anything except for different shoe sizes and clothes sizes.
I've been seeing this discourse all over TikTok. You are not allowed to be upset about what your child received from the angel tree. Suck it up. I could have spent my money elsewhere. Your child got a Christmas. It could have been nothing. Somebody didn't get shit. Majority of people are not giving with a nasty mentality.
Right.
So for you to turn around on the receiving end, somebody used their hard-earned money on your child. Forget if they have their own children, they have nieces and nephews and grandkids and co-workers and white elephants and stuff for themselves and rent that's due. And they took the time out to give your child free gifts and they're going to get nothing in return. You're not allowed to be upset. Buy your kids the gifts.
And I also think there's this idea that these wealthy people are buying the angel trees. It's just like everyday people. Allowing your children to be overweight, and y'all know what I mean by overweight, fat ass kids, is child abuse. Whether you're a person who've always struggled with your weight and you knew what it was like to be an overweight child, you experienced the bullying, to allow your child to go through that knowing what that feels like, abuse. Or you're just thinking, they're young, they're gonna slim out when they're abuse.
You're an enabler.
Get that under control. Your child struggles to run on the playground. Read without...
Your child struggles to bend over and tie their shoe.
Somebody can say, well, what if children on certain medications that y'all will try to come up with any excuse in the book
except changing their diet.
And when people see people on TikTok showing getting my child in shape, people are just like, oh my God, teach her to love herself. She is. That's why she's teaching her to get in shape.
And we see the negative effects on the heart, on the cholesterol, on the body, on the arteries,
like
on the mind.
On these little kids.
Like, kids in school are mean. You want your child to go through that? I feel like you a bully at that point.
And to me, that's something that you as the parent can control. And nobody's saying you have to be an almond mom.
And I feel like a lot of kids are getting overweight. And I know a lot of it has to do with like the preservatives in food, and because people stop cooking from scratch. Y'all be acting like a crock pot meal don't cook itself, but that's none of my business. Get an Instant Pot in a slow cooker.
Air fries a little quick something.
The way some of these wigs on y'all be looking, y'all cannot convince me that what's up underneath that wig is worse than what I'm looking at. I see wigs that be looking so fried, dyed, and laid to the side that I'm genuinely like, ain't no way your hair looks worse than that.
Better. Out of the two options,
you went with this
one. I have to see option number 2.
Even if you took option number 2 and threw some braids in it, it would look significantly better than what option number 1 given. Sometimes I see a wig and it looks like she threw it on like a hat. I know we all can't afford like high quality of wig, but if you bend over and the wig go doop, like for all that, you should have wore out your real hair that wig doop. Edges crusty, halfway across the globe.
The edges
That's
touching
what I'm
the
saying.
eyebrows.
The lace be the shade of dates, caked with fucking cross. The head be giving Alien versus Predator. Look like you hiding a bottle of Dawn on you. Girl, just wear out your hair.
There should not be discourse on washing your sheets weekly. People who do not wash their sheets weekly, I won't even hold your hand when I say this, you are dirty.
If you out of town,
People love to say, what are y'all doing? Nobody's saying that your sheets have to be stained to be washed. First of all, skin cells, hair products on your pillows, saliva, sweating in the middle of the night. You might have gotten in the bed when you were really tired. You said, I'm gonna shower in the morning. Having your animals sleeping in your bed.
taking naps without showering first.
Falling asleep with your makeup on.
Fucking your man.
Some people
be walking around their house barefoot and get one of these. If you fall under any of that,
you need to be washing those sheets. If you're telling me that you wash your sheets twice a year, I know that comforter is never getting washed. I know that carpet, if you have it, it's never getting
I
back.
feel like your house stank. You stink.
If you are sleeping in your bed every night, once it hit day 7, wash. I don't know why this is the discussion.
Like sometimes in the guest room, I'll literally wash the sheets and nobody's in there. Like I just feel like it has like sitting air.
A lot of this to me seems like common sense, but again, like we said, you have to be taught. When I see grown adults, you don't wash your sheets, you're not washing those kids' sheets.
What are we even talking about? Moral of the story.
Oh,
wash
God.
your sheets, wash your ass.
Wash your kids' sheets and ass.
Message to the black community. Wearing a bra is not grown activities. It's a part of growing up as a young lady. Cover her lady parts. That is respectful to her.
She's literally growing up.
Yeah.
And you not putting a bra on her and for your own control.
And some of these girls skip the training bra. Like, I don't even know how this is even a discussion. Nobody say you need a Victoria's Secret or Skims push-up.
Right. There's so many things I feel like in the black community that's like deemed as grown.
It just gives me an ick. Her body is coming into its young womanhood.
She needs a bra.
Like, I just can't stand people holding on to this. I'm not ready for that. It's not about you.
Her body's clearly saying she's ready for that.
And in addition to that, all girl babies who wear dresses need to be having on bloomers. Not saying they gotta be matching, but put some shorts under that baby. I hate seeing baby diapers showing. You don't have your drawers showing. We old school when it comes to that. Put some bloomers under that baby.
Right.
It's cuter anyway.
This goes to people judging people who do have money for decisions they make. If you had the money, don't pretend that you wouldn't do it today.
Night nannies, chefs, maids.
Be so for real. It's only so easy for y'all to critique because you're upset about the fact that you don't have the resources to do that. So you're projecting. If you outsource everything, I can see criticism. But will we do it too? And we probably will.
There's been a lot of discourse about going on coffee dates and whether or not women would want to go on coffee dates. And my hot take is I want to see what the guy looks like. Because to all these women who are saying, I would never go on a coffee date, a man can never take me on a coffee date. If the guy was your dream guy, don't lie, you would go. I just like how simple he was. Like, it wasn't over the top. Because, you know, I don't need to go sit at no steak dinner.
All of a sudden, you don't have to sit at a steak dinner.
A lot of y'all fantasize about these movies like 50 Shades of Grey, and their first date was a coffee date.
It's all about attraction.
The guy who offered to go on a coffee date with you, he was not attractive. So you were like, he needs to show me that he has money. But a lot of y'all are saying, you cannot take me on a coffee date just because you haven't had a guy yet that you were actually really attracted to offer to take you out on a coffee date.
Because let's be honest, he could offer to take you anywhere. He could offer to walk around the park with you. You're going.
I've heard so many story times on TikTok about girls being like, we were supposed to go here, but then we ended up chilling in his car. We ended up back at his crib. Like, damn, how cute was this guy? Because you lowered your standard to hell, to Hades.
Right. Stop acting like it's about the coffee dates when it's really about how attractive you are.
Yeah, like everybody says men are so vain, but we're vain creatures too.
Superficial, should I say.
That one story time I heard, she gonna walk around the park and smoke weed in your car with you if you're attractive enough. If a guy is attractive enough, some of these women will drive 8 fucking hours. 4 hours there and 4 hours back just to get stood up and go back home. And that was a story on TikTok. I bet if you look up bird behavior, fucking insane.
Being surprised that you're pregnant when you're not taking preventative measures to not be pregnant is insane work, because if you are not protecting and preventing, you are then
actively trying.
Exactly.
And unless you've been struggling with infertility, but most of the time it's like,
I just had my baby 4 months ago doing a pregnancy test. She's like, oh my God, this was not supposed to happen. You knew you was fucking like, why are you shocked?
You know you fine.
You know you're not on birth control. He's not pulling out. Nobody's using condoms. Sex ed 101.
Dumpster diving should not be considered stealing. This shit is trash. You're literally throwing this away. I don't care what you find.
If it's in the dump, it's not valuable to them.
When I see some of the things people find, and people are like, yeah, we lock our dumpsters up at Ulta because of this exact reason.
What are you going to do with the makeup?
It's literally going to go to a landfill.
Another kid one. Let kids be bored. Whenever the kids I'm with tell me, it's Mia, I'm bored. I'm like, hi, bored. I'm hungry. Should we get a snack? It's literally okay to be bored. Let's do something creative. Should we craft? Should we go outside?
Your imagination and your creativity thrives when you're bored.
Extremely. They start thinking of so many ideas when they're bored. We as a society have conditioned children to be constantly entertained. If they're bored, don't just throw a tablet in front of them. Allow their imagination to run free.
That's why everybody's like carbon copies of each other, because nobody has any creative juices, because they're not allowing people to be bored anymore.
Right. They can't be that bored. That room dirty.
One more religious one, and me and I like heavily agree on this one. God convicting you of something, that doesn't mean that anybody else has been convicted to do that. Don't try to tell other people, so you should think about doing this too. There was this video I saw on TikTok, and this girl was literally throwing out her mattress because every time she got on that mattress, it made her think about all the partners that she had been with, and she was moving in a different area of her life. She felt convicted to throw out her mattress. That's your conviction.
Well, there's a creator, and she loves fashion, but she felt very convicted about modesty. To say, so maybe you've been feeling that's different than to say, this is a sign we all need to be more modest. We're all dressing like this. We're all doing, that's because you feel personally convicted. So I saw one with Princess and the Frog. The mom was saying, I didn't like the voodoo aspect. It seemed demonic. Y'all watch what y'all kids are watching. I had to comment, and I'm just like, if you watch the movie, the voodoo darkness is defeated with light. It's not like the shadow men are the good guys. You feel convicted about your kids watching Princess and the Frog.
Don't put that on other people.
If I watch Princess and the Frog, I'm not feeling all them feelings of it's giving demonic.
I have a friend who was like, Halloween is demonic. Me and I were watching this video, and this person was like, Halloween is actually the most Christian holiday in the sense that you go buy stuff and give it out for free to random strangers in your area.
That you open your door.
It's like, how could that be demonic? Nobody's cutting open a black cat with salt on the ground and saying, Aruga in the Caspian Sea. If you've been convicted, you've been convicted. Don't try to put that on other people. Y'all, we need to start dressing like y'all. We need to throw out our mattresses.
We really need to start considering
watching Princess and the Frog. Maybe that was your message. The Lord didn't tell us any of that.
When he comes to me and lets me know those things, then to the black women, and I say black women because that's just for black, let that little boy's hair go. It's giving you are living your hair journey vicariously through your son. It's a coming of age for a little boy to get his first haircut, for him to start looking less like a baby. Already it's so easy when they're babies to make them look like a girl. If you go throw earrings in your little boy's ear, people are already gonna assume that's a girl. And then allowing him to grow his full head of hair. I'm not saying shaving the sides and having a little style where you're straightening, you're styling.
No, I saw a video where the lady did a silk press on her son, and I'm like, release us as a people, please.
If the kids are really loving it, okay, cool.
But it don't be given that.
It doesn't. It gives, that's for you. But that's your accomplishment. I can grow my own hair, but I sure will grow my son. My son has inches. He's a boy. Sending our little boy to school in plaits. I don't like that.
Bad Baby, the Catch Me Outside girl, was on a podcast, and she talked about how when her and her baby's father got into it, everybody in the comment didn't have any sympathy for him. But she did. And she was like, but it's weird because whenever I'm going through things with my mother, people are in the comments saying, at the end of the day, that's still your mom.
Don't forget things she done for you.
And she's like, why do people have sympathy when my mom treats me like shit? But if the man treats you like shit, nobody's saying, well, that's the father of your child. You know, consider what he said. I got what she meant by that. So many people are quick to be like, let that man go. But I feel the same way about parents. Like, if somebody does too many things to you too much, even if they are your parent, cut that bitch off. She can go.
She shouldn't be getting no passes.
Both people are wrong for disrespecting you and putting you down and causing you all this pain and trauma, but it's like we have absolutely zero empathy for the man, but empathy for the mom, because like that's your mom. But nobody's like, right, well, your best was fucking shitty.
That's the perfect thing for not taking accountability, being a horrible, terrible, garbage ass parent. Women who are the other woman and are proud to be so are only proud of it because either A, they have this delusion that they are living the life that the woman has because they actually want her life, or B, they just want to say they stole blank woman's man. For example, we see the celebrity women, gorgeous women, with these
meats.
All of a sudden you hear this celebrity has had allegations that he's been cheating with this Instagram model, and she'll be reposting people's things or comments in his Instagram comments. And in my head I'm thinking, like he said, he's a meat. What does his girlfriend look like? Because if she's giving face, body, everything to you,
especially if she has a huge fan base,
the other girl wants to be her. The other girl just wants to say she's a bad bitch and I stole her man.
It always says that you're fucking easy.
That's what it says.
Remember, folks, it's not hard to get a man to sleep with you.
Women have to be the ones to say yes or no. Anytime I see girls flaunting about being the other woman or he cheated with me, you're jealous of his girlfriend. You want to be his girlfriend.
Like, that's not a flex.
That's not. She could be with any man and you would sleep with. That don't have nothing to do with how he looks.
And it be boasting their little heads up too.
It does. And it's very evident that you did that just to be like, I stole Sabrina's man. It's just giving you want her lifestyle. Real bad. That's not going to make you be Sabrina, babes.
I wish courtroom cases would stop allowing women to throw the male counterparts under the bus so they can give themselves time off. And I get that this is the way the interrogation works because they need to find out what happened, who did what. They want to paint a timeline in a picture, and usually the more people that are involved in a crime, the more they can get people to start turning against each other. So they always use this tactic to the woman. They say, well, let us know if you felt unsafe or if you felt coerced or if you felt pressure. Y'all was in cahoots together, babe. So now to get your little plea, you like, oh, it's me. I'm just a woman. No,
kill me.
You thought you was Bonnie and he was Clyde. You was right there with him, and now that shit hit the fan, he threatened to kill me if I didn't do what he wanted me to do. No, you're only saying
he
that
manipulated me,
right? So you can get off because you know that's not true. You know, if anything, you probably manipulated him.
You probably was the ringleader.
The Gypsy Rose situation. You gave him the key. You bought his bus ticket to come down to kill your mother. You stole the knife from Walmart for him to kill your mother. Then when you get in the interrogation room in the courtroom, now everything is his fault and now he manipulated you. And the fact that she only got 10 years and he is in prison for life literally pisses me off so bad. She should be in prison for the rest of her life. Y'all committed this crime together. He wouldn't have done it without you. And there's a big case going on right now of a famous person who killed by 4 people. I think it's like 3 guys and a girl. They've let the girl completely do the whole, my life was in jeopardy, I thought I was going to die. It's like the same story. We're letting these women just be like, you're right, he manipulated me. I thought he was gonna kill me if I didn't do what he said. You know you was only in this life of sin. When you always committed that crime.
Princessing.
Literally.
Stop speaking death on people that are still alive. I literally cannot stand those trends that it's like, Oprah Winfrey did it, and they're like, oh my god. That is so sick to me. To put that energy out, y'all don't believe in like, don't put that juju out there.
Right, that energy gotta go somewhere.
Yeah, there's nothing funny about wishing death on somebody.
As a joke, I'm gonna say, Barack Obama did it. Just because you want to see your grandma be, oh,
loser. Like my grandma's so obsessed with Barack Obama that why not do an AI of him sending her, hello, Miss Charlene. See how she passes out then. Why do we have to fake like they died? That y'all are weird. Yeah, that's people who do that are so weird.
I hated that trend so bad. I know you did. So on TikTok, there's this trend, and a lot of women are sharing their pretty privilege stories. Well, in turn, a lot of women are sharing their ugly stories and how they are aware, based on their life experiences, that they're not pretty. They don't get attention from men. They've never been on dates. They've never had a boyfriend. They know they're never the top pick, and they never will be. And they've accepted that in their life. The people in the comments telling her, but you're not ugly. That's nice and all, but that's not taking away from her real world experience, that the real world in her experience has shown her I'm not attractive. It's impossible for me to even get a guy to look my way. And y'all like, but you're beautiful. Don't ever speak that way about yourself. It's her truth.
If she had it her way, she wouldn't be saying these things.
Right. She wants to be considered conventionally attractive as well.
But the reality of it is she hasn't been. Y'all are literally invalidating somebody's personal experience.
And you know how she still knows? Because all the comments are women.
Deciding to, as a severely special needs person, to procreate knowing that your child is going to be born with special needs, in my opinion, is child abuse and extremely selfish. I understand the idea of wanting to have a biological child, but if you yourself are so severely disabled where you can't even do anything for yourself, let alone your baby, and it don't even have to be that extreme. People who have certain mental disabilities but still feel like you want a child, selfish. Kids need to be allotted a quality, sound parent.
And a chance at a quality of life. There's a couple right now on TikTok TikTok and they're like two severely disabled people, wheelchair bound.
So knowing that you are literally bringing a child into the world that has no life without any life support,
It's already like got a bunch of tubes sticking out of it.
that's insane to me. Just so you can say, this is my baby that I gave birth to. Congratulations, you get the award for most selfish human being on the planet.
If you already have a disability and your partner has a disability and y'all get together to create a child with a disability, I'm side-eyeing you. What was the reason?
What was the reason?
You did not think about that child one bit.
I cannot stand going to a large birthday dinner and the meal is split evenly. The last birthday dinner that happened to, I ate 2 sushi rolls and a sweet tea. They put the bill together. Everybody had drinks and shots and food and appetizer. Everybody was sharing. I don't eat from other people, so I know what I have. The bill came and everybody's food was like $85 a person. I chalked it up to, I'm just gonna consider this me paying for the birthday girl, because my food was nowhere near $85. Not only did I pay for my food, and I paid over to pay the minimum for the group, now people still can't get shit together. And I'm like, I'm never doing this again. I hate the group thing. Next time I ever go to a birthday dinner, I'm gonna order my food at the front and pay separately so I can get the hell up out of there. That's the most embarrassing thing to me. I should be the one that's screaming and angry.
If you do not actively pay taxes or you've never fought for the country, you should not be allowed to vote. What are you voting for? You didn't even know what you're voting for.
What have you contributed to this country?
Voting should be a privilege.
I'll take it a step further and say, if you're under the age of 18 and can't vote, taxes shouldn't be taken out of your work income.
I agree.
That's literally, what is it?
Taxation without representation.
Yeah, I'm not 18 yet.
I'm not able to vote on who's representing me, so why am I being taxed? We lost the plot with the Constitution. And it's always something to me when people have so much to say about who's in office or what's happening in the world, and it's like, well, who'd you vote for? I didn't vote. Shut the hell up.
They don't vote in their own communities, states, and cities. I'm like,
do you realize that a lot of things that's happening in your state is your own
a direct
state?
representation of the person that runs your state, your mayor, your governor. The IQ is just concerning. And it just makes me be like, oh my God, we let these people vote. Remember, they vote off vibes. And lastly, if Nara Smith's postpartum body made any of you feel a certain type of way, I'm gonna need you to step outside and touch grass. Everybody's body is different. How do we think her body is going to react when she's a 6-foot woman who breastfeeds exclusively and makes all her food from scrickety scratch?
Also, she births her children naturally.
People saying this is a slap in the face to mothers who don't look like this. As we said in the last unpopular opinion, stop taking things that aren't being said as something that's being said. If she wanted to say she had a better body than other women who were postpartum, she would have said it.
But she can't celebrate her own body without y'all feeling some type of way and projecting your insecurities onto her. Stop taking what somebody's celebrating for themselves at a jab at you. Why do we feel like we have to be seen in every avenue? We have to see someone who just had a baby with the fupa and the stretch marks and the dark marks in order to feel seen. That's her normal.
A lot of women can relate to her as well.
Right, and y'all saying this is not what most women look like. It could be if y'all let women post pictures, or maybe that's why most women don't post when they feel skinny, because they know y'all gonna be coming with some stuff like that.
We love the idea of, I'm starting to feel like myself again. Pre-baby, I'm starting to get my body back. But when a woman celebrates that, it's like you're not allowed to. When she's talking about, I would like to get to feeling like myself again, I just feel so depressed because I don't look like myself, y'all agree with her.
This is so relatable.
But when she's starting to get like herself, people are like, okay, now don't brag.
This is not relatable. Was she relatable when she was making all her food from scratch?
She's a model at 15.
3 days. When they moved to Connecticut
She's not
to build a
when she
brand new
has
house.
23 with 4 kids and married.
And that's fine. Go find somebody who you relate to, baby.
Some of us like to watch people that don't relate to us. We just like to watch them for them. But we really hope you guys enjoyed today's unpopular opinions.
If you get offended by somebody else's opinion, you're very close-minded. Understand that, people think differently than I do.
I like when I watch an unpopular opinion and I'm like, this is unpopular.
If you agree or disagree, let us know in the comments down below.
And please be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned for tomorrow's vlog.
Bye.